Hey everyone, it is Silly Man here. So in the last video, I showed you how to make a kill brick, which would kill a player if they walked over it. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a damage brick, which will deal damage to a player if they walk over it, but won't immediately kill them. So we're going to start by inserting a part to the workspace, and then we're going to change the properties. So I'm going to change the material to neon, just like the kill brick. I'm going to change the color to pink. I'm going to turn off collisions and then anchor the part. And then we'll also change the size. And then we'll also name it damage brick. Next, we're going to scroll down and then click on Add Attribute. And here, we're going to create an attribute for the damage. So I'm going to just call it damage, and then change the type to number, and hit save. I'm going to just change it to 25 for now. So that way, if we touch the damage brick, it will deal 25 health points of damage. But first, we actually have to script that. So we're going to go over here to Starter Player, and then expand it, and then click on Starter Player Scripts. And then we're going to right click, Insert Object, and then insert a local script here. So first we need to create a variable for the damage brick. So we're going to say local damage brick equals, and so the damage brick is in the workspace here. So we're going to say game.workspace because the parent of workspace is game. So anything here like players, lighting, if we want to reference it, we would say game.lighting, for example, for lighting. So for workspace, because the damage brick is in the workspace, we're going to say game.workspace.damagebrick since the damage brick is in the workspace. So next we're going to create a variable for the amount of damage that the damage brick will do. So we're going to say local damage equals, now we set it to 25. So if we actually click on the kill brick here, or the damage brick, and we scroll down, we have the damage attribute set to 25. So we could just write 25 here, but the better way of doing it is by saying damage brick get attribute, and then in quotes, we have to type in the name of the attribute. So it's going to be damage. So next we're going to make a variable for our player. So we're going to say local player equals game.players.local player. So keep in mind that we can only say local player in a local script because local scripts run only for our player. But for a server script, you can't say local player because the server consists of many players. So it's not going to know which player that is. So next we're going to create a touched event for the damage brick. So we're going to say damage brick dot touched connect function hit, and then we need to check if what touched the damage brick was actually a player. So we're going to say local player, but we already created a player variable here, so we have to name this variable something different. So I'm just going to say PLR, and then equals game.players get player from character hit.parent. So the hit variable here represents what actually hit the damage brick, and then hit.parent. So ideally, the hit variable is going to be set to the player's leg, and then the parent of that is going to be the player's character. And then this function here gets the player from the character. Next, we need to make sure that the player that actually touched the damage brick was our player. So we're going to say if PLR equals player, then player.character.humanoid, make sure to spell it with a capital H, otherwise it will give you an error. And then we're going to say minus equals damage, like that. So this will subtract the player's health points by the value we set to the damage variable, which we set to 25 here, because the get attribute property will get the value stored in this attribute here. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and run the game. And if I go over to the kill brick or the damage brick, if I step on it, you can actually see that it actually kills me immediately, which is actually not what we want. Currently this acts more like a kill brick, but we want it to only deal 25 health points of damage, but it's actually killing us immediately. So the reason why the damage brick killed us immediately was because when we touch the damage brick, the touched event fires several times. And then because it's dealing 25 damage several times, it's actually going to end up killing us. So to fix this problem, we need to use something called a debounce. So I'm going to go over here and then create a variable for that. So local debounce equals false. And then we're going to go to this if statement here and say and debounce equals false. We're going to set it to true. And then we're going to wait half a second and then set it back to false. So what the debounce does is when we touch the damage brick, it will deal damage to us, but then it will wait 0.5 seconds before dealing damage to us again. So now if we go ahead and hit play, and we go over to the damage brick, you can see that now it only does deal 25 health points of damage. And there we go. That is how you make a damage brick in Roblox Studio.